My name is Jimmy Jones, and I'm standing right where my house used to be here at Hanlan's Point. 75-foot frontage from that maple tree over to that little grove of trees on the far side where the bicycles are. Growing up here was a magical thing because I would hang out with all the young kids that lived here. Ray Force used to live next door to me, and Vernon Thompson just lived just to the north of me, and Nick DeMonic lived a couple of doors away, and John Richmond lived down McLean's Row. And we'd all go fishing together, and we all played ball together, and we all went swimming together. And just growing up here was a magical place. The house was a really big place. It had 4 bedrooms upstairs and the usual living room, dining room, and everything downstairs, and had 4 two-roomed apartments off to the side of the house. The north part of the house that my mother and dad could rent out to help pay for the mortgage. Tree and Pine that's just behind us here. Another magical story, really, because in the wintertime, my sister and I would go to the tree and take the pine cones off, put them on a cookie sheet, and put them in the oven and force them, and all the seeds would come out. And my sister, being an artist, she would paint whatever color she wanted to paint on the edges of the pine cones, and then I would hang a wire on them and then hang them on the Christmas tree.
What year would that be?
That would have been anywhere from approximately 1953 till about, I would imagine, about 1943 till about 1950.
Now, there are no houses here now. They've all been torn down. But how many houses were in this area?
Well, hard for me to put a number on the houses, but from just down the road a bit from where the trout pond is now, because it was never a trout pond before, it was just the end of the lagoon where I played hockey with 2 boys that made it to the NHL, Kevin O'Shea and Danny O'Shea. From there, down the lakeshore, there were many houses, and there were like 2 streets here, Lakeshore and Hiawatha. And, Lakeshore faced the lake, and Hiawatha on the other side faced the lagoon. So, and as a boy here, I delivered papers to all those homes, and so I remember everybody that lived in those houses.
There was a big house with a swimming pool that you were telling me about earlier. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, that house, that property belonged to Phelan's, and they had an above-ground swimming pool to the south of the big house, and then the big house was right in the middle of that property, and another little house off to the side, and a boathouse where they kept their launches in, another boathouse because it was on the shore, but they used it for storing other smaller boats in, and a little cottage on the lagoon for the kids to play in. And if you hung out with the Phelan kids, like we all did, because they had the swimming pool, yeah, that was so good. You got lobster sandwiches for lunch when they brought lunch out for the kids. But if you came to my house, you got stale bread and peanut butters back in the hungry 40s.
Now, you were saying that Jack Layton would come and do auctions at the Island School.
Well, not at the Island School. Jack came to the auctions that were held, and they were for the Island School, but he would come and act as auctioneer at the Algonquin Island Association and help with the auction off things. And at the end of the evening, one night in particular, he asked if Jimmy Jones was in the crowd. And I said, yes, I'm here. He said, well, I'm going to auction off my pants. And he auctioned off his pants. He just took off his jeans and auctioned them off. And I think Patrick LeBear bought them for about $500.
How did he get home?
And I'm not sure whether he ever got his pants back or whether he went back with somebody else's pants. I used to be the caretaker at the island school. And I knew everybody on the island, so when Jack and Olivia would come to visit, I got to know them pretty well. And that was pretty much my connection with the dream auction.